what follows is not my department.
The streets were dark and deserted. Something told me not to go into the office that day, but then something told me not to go into the office every day. I was going in anyway. I get paid to take chances.
Morning.
Mail. Brotherhood of Louverdois joiners want to know what Drit's going to do about new tariffs. They've been calling all morning. So has Mr. Ketchum from the Office of the Paper Burden, and your subscription to Saturday Night is up for renewal.
Faye?
If you renew now, you get a bonus gift. I didn't know if you wanted the set of marble bookends or the Conrad Black placemats.
Faye, where did that door just go?
Oh, they took it.
I know they took it. Where did they take it? Why did they take it?
Orders.
What orders?
Orders to get rid of the doors.
Right. Orders. Get rid of the doors.
I have no door.
It's dangerous. It's an invasion of our moral rights. It's the first step to anarchy.
Never mind anarchy. I have no door.
And therefore no identity.
Yes, and with no identity, how can I be sure I get my paycheck? Hein? Tu es d'accord avec moi, Robert?
Ah, oui. On n'a pas besoin de maillot de bain. On peut se déshabiller derrière cette grosse roche. My question is, do the elevator doors go next?
Which brings us to the issue of group insurance benefit plans and the clauses of other insurance considerations within the aforementioned parameters.
Absolutely. What did you just say?
Are we covered on the group insurance plan in the event of one of us falling down an open elevator shaft?
If I may speak for a moment, I can't help feeling that we're all overreacting to a situation that is a... Wait a minute, that's my door!
Look and listen, people. Top priority with mem. Minister's orders.
I thought he was still in Tokyo.
Just came back. Very successful trip.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank all of you for the help you gave me in preparing for this trip to Tokyo. What impressed me most about our friends to the east was the attitude in the workplace. It made for fine productivity. Hence, my open door policy. I can say it was a rousing success that will be of great benefit to all of us here at Drit. What I saw of Japanese quality control due to this open as anything you would ever find in Mississauga. I would like us all to regard Drit as nothing less than one huge pair of such slippers. All right, Mr. Wiley, back up.
Cameraman quit shoot feature. Had to fill in.
Of Japanese culture, we can borrow their working methods and improve Drit for one and all. As they say in Japan, shalom. I mean, sayonara.
Hello, Robert.
Hi, Robert.
Got my note? Anyone see you here?
No one.
Still hanging around, eh, Robert?
Hi, Elizabeth.
It's top priority. Privacy and secrecy. Your office.
Right. My office then. Except, that was my door.
Private. Private means no talk. Talk, and you won't talk again. Capiche?
Mr. Wiley, maybe you'd better not talk to me.
I've chosen you as my operator.
But I'm very bad with numbers. Maybe I better not.
Someone has threatened Minister's life.
Minister's life? All of it?
Letter came on departmental letterhead while Minister was in Tokyo. Unsigned. Complaints about Japanese trade policy. I intercepted letter. Death threat. Plain and simple.
No.
Mr. Wiley, are you going to shoot me?
You're going to work with me.
Work with you? Oh, that would be good. You could tell the minister I know all about Japan. I took Japanese at the London School of Economics. Toki ni wa ocha aide totimo atsuku nuru ne dakara ne sa pansu wo nuku jai naika.
Someone in this department is gunning for the minister. Your mission, find out who. Start at the top and work your way down. No one is above suspicion. I want results. The minister's life depends on it. Oh, and Casey.
Yes?
They don't teach Japanese at the London School of Economics. You try something like that again and you're finished.
Minister's office, there's no one here. No, Pizza. A crank call. I'll call you back.
Looks like we got our man. My Way, the G. Gordon Liddy story, A Perfect Spy, and the terrorists. Casey, don't you realize we're talking Ford's Theater time?
Ford's Theater?
Angstrum, the minister.
They went to the theater together?
Lincoln, Ford's Theater, John Wilkes Booth.
You think that Mr. Angstrum's going to assassinate the minister? Well, shouldn't we call the RCMP?
Casey, I swore to protect and defend my minister. That's what I intend to do. Heat gets too hot, we'll call them. But for now, put back before he finds out we're onto him. Conspiracy question. One man acting alone, or is there a second gun? Anyway, here's what I want you to do.
Okay. Now, let me see if I've got this right. Pierre, you've had people coming into your office thinking you're in the men's room. Hank, you've had people coming into your office thinking you're Pierre. And Sheila, they think you're the supply closet.
I don't have a pen, a staple, or a paperclip left.
I propose we go straight to the minister and complain about this dangerous and anarchic situation.
Gerald, there seems to be quite a strong consensus against this open-door policy.
Look, here's what I'll do. I think this is something that should be brought up with the minister informally, so I'll mention it to him on Thursday.
J'ai bien peur que ce soit trop tard.
No, we'll both be attending the Willie Nelson concert at the National Arts Center, and that's the place to do it.
At a theater?
Is there anything wrong with going to the theater?
No. The minister won't be sitting in a private box, will he?
I don't know. We don't usually discuss our seating arrangements, but I might be able to take care of the situation then.
Public officials should not be allowed to sit in a box at the theater.
Robert, may I speak with you a moment?
I don't know anything about breaking into Mr. Angstrum's office.
Mr. Angstrum's office?
I was sworn to secrecy. Mr. Angstrum is going to kill the minister, probably this week.
What?
Probably Tuesday at the theater. Mr. Wiley has the letter.
Robert, start at the beginning.
The minister received a letter a week ago while he was in Tokyo, threatening his life if he went through with his policies regarding Japanese trade. Mr. Wiley had me break into Mr. Angstrum's office.
Robert, that's a criminal offense.
There wasn't any door. I found subversive publications in Mr. Angstrum's desk drawer.
Which means Mr. Angstrum is going to kill the minister this week?
Yes. I want you to know we're dealing with a Lincoln Theater situation.
I'm going to do what?
Kill the minister Tuesday night at the National Arts Center.
Now, that's ridiculous. My tickets are for Thursday.
You're not taking this seriously at all.
Well, first off, I don't even think that there is a letter. And even if there is, Mr. Wiley probably wrote it himself.
Why would he do that?
To give him something to do. You know how lonely he gets when the minister's away.
The minister's back, and Mr. Wiley carries a lot of weight with him.
Well, let's see first off if there really is a letter.
And if there is one?
Well, let's see what Mr. Wiley does with it.
Speak to me. He's going to the theater the same night as the minister. He says he'll take care of the situation then.
Which night?
Probably Tuesday.
Right, okay. My plan? Flush him out. Present him with this copy of threatening letter. Tell him you know all about it.
Right.
I'll wire you for sound tomorrow. Anything he says, we'll have on tape.
Right. On tape?
Body mic, cordless, remote transmitter. Your job? Get him to admit he wrote letter.
Well, tell Robert when he does get back that I want to see him right away.
Trying to blackmail you.
Hank, what's the matter?
They think you wrote the letter. You didn't write the letter. Anybody could write a letter like that. Anybody. Why you? Because they want to blackmail you, and Robert is wired.
Robert's drinking at work?
No, Mr. Wiley has some plot.
Robert, good, you're here. Now, Hank, I'll take everything you've said into consideration.
Well, we can't let this sort of subterfuge explode in shadows with ashes.
Oh, no, not at all, not at all.
The people need their vilification.
Of course they do. Robert, I want to talk to you.
You told him, didn't you?
I did, Robert. Mr. Angstrum and I are very worried.
I won't name names.
Robert, first of all, let me assure you that I never wrote any letter to the minister.
That's what Alexander Graham Booth said.
And I have no intention of killing the minister at the theater.
But you said that...
Robert, trust me. Now, can I see the letter?
I can't give it to you. I have to show it to you tomorrow when I flush you out, when I'm wired.
Mr. Wiley's going to put a microphone on you?
Who told you that?
You did. Now, can I see the letter? You'll never believe who wrote this letter. Dear Mr. Minister, your action in agreeing to the Japanese trade option will create bloodshed on the stage of our economic consciousness.
Let me see that.
There's only one person who writes like that.
You are firing a bullet into the head of our national interests. It's Hank.
Hank?
Hank. Oh, it may be signed anonymous, but it's Hank.
Thank God he did sign an anonymous. Listen, if this policy goes through, I can only warn you that there will be an assassination of our political objectives.
Yeah, but the point is, it's not a death threat. It's a complaint.
I'll have to tell Mr. Wiley.
No. If Mr. Wiley finds out that Hank wrote that letter, he'll try and get Hank fired.
Then I will write the minister a letter to protect my friend Hank.
No, you won't.
But, Gerald, otherwise Mr. Wiley will convince the minister that you wrote the letter.
Robert, the most important thing is that you go along with Mr. Wiley for now.
I feel like such a fool.
Gerald, what are you going to do?
Well, I'm not exactly sure yet. Hey? Mm-hmm. You get a hold of Jean Morizet for me?
He's in justice?
Right, and then I want to speak to Inspector Anderson of RCMP Security Control.
I have an hour before I get wired. What do I do?
I have a plan. You must remember this. I
see.
Memorize that, and everything will be all right.
Hank? Hank.
I confess. I confess to everything. I confess to it all.
Who's there?
Ford's Theater.
Shirt off.
Shirt off.
Surveillance wire. Headset. I'll be on it. You've got the letter and you know what you're doing, right?
Right.
Then let's do this one for the minister.
I wrote the letter to the minister. I didn't mean anything by it but to explain my position on the Japanese policy. But I have not thrown a javelin into the heart of...
Hank, I accept your confession. Don't worry. It's all being taken care of.
Good. Both of them?
Depend on it.
Good.
Both of them?
Robert, come in, come in. I've been wanting to talk to you about something that's been bothering me. Well? I wanted to see you, too. I know all about the letter. What letter? You cannot get away with it. I admit it. There is our letter. Failure to communicate. I don't know what I don't know what you're talking about, Robert. But let me say this. I think someone in this department is a spy. Why do you say that, you ask me? Well, I've just received a report from our contact with RCMP Security Control who tells me that someone is illegally operating bugging devices in this department. And that's why I've asked the RCMP to make an electronic sweep of this floor to seek out the culprit. And they're doing it right now. And as you well know, Robert, it is a very serious offense to operate bugging devices within federal buildings. 10 years in jail. What do you know about this, Robert? This is the letter that you wrote, is it not?
Angstrum, I think we should talk.
Oh, glad to see you here, Wiley. Robert's just presented me with a very threatening letter to the minister, and I've got something bugging me as well.
Letter? What letter? Oh, must be a crank. You get these all the time. What's your problem, Angstrum?
Well, I haven't quite made the connection yet, but I believe that it may somehow be involved with someone bugging these offices.
Oh, serious offense. I'll look into it.
We could do it together.
No. I can handle it. You're a very busy man. As for letter, not serious. People bugging offices now. That's serious.
Gerald, can I see you? It's urgent.
Margaret, Mr. Wiley's just offered to help us find out who might be bugging the offices.
Gerald?
Just going along now. And Angstrum, don't worry about a thing. Solve it. I know I can. Robert, can I see you? Give me that thing. Never, ever tell anyone, ever.
Well, I think that went pretty well. Hank's job's safe, and Mr. Wiley's finally decided there's something more important than thinking I was going to kill the minister, and everything's more or less in order.
And Hank wrote 2 letters.
And Hank wrote 2 letters?
And he signed the second one. To analyze the situation, Hank sent the letter through the departmental courier system, which means the letter left the out basket of our reception desk onto the distribution system station on the 8th floor, where it was initialed upon receiving and sent on to the in basket of internal memorandums. They sent it on to the chief of transport, who sent it on through the mobile facilitation corps.
But by my calculations, that means it got to the minister's desk this morning.
All I can say is I enjoyed my time working in the public service.
Hank, I don't know what to say. We've done everything we can, and...
Look and listen, people. Bid ma'am from the minister.
For reasons of my own, I am recalling my earlier open-door policy. I feel no need to go into this other than to say that whoever took my slippers can return them, no questions asked, along with my other things. The East is different. What works for them does not work for us. We're West. We must remember that and hold on to our own identity.
Wait a minute, I said that.
I am pleased to say that someone in this department was aware of this and was able to come to me with this good-hearted defiance. I respect that. I only wish he had written to me earlier. I might have kept my door and saved myself a lot of replacement expenses. Good work, Mr. Watt. And good luck, everyone. Oh, Mr. Wiley, could I see you for a minute?
Yes, sir.
Well, Hank, it looks like there'll be no bullet in the head of the national consciousness today. Welcome back. There isn't much dough in this game, not if you're honest. The best shake you could expect was to keep your head above the water, your name on the door, and the door on your office. And sometimes even that's too much to ask.
Take the challenge. Join Fred Davis and the panel for Front Page Challenge, Best on the Box, next.